Good morning, family. I hope you're ready. We rise. When we rise with purpose. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sending lots of love out to you. I hope I fill you up. Take it in, breathe it in, take it in. Start your day with love. Take that in and start from a place that you know that you were loved, you were supported, and you were ready to kick this day in its ass. Good morning. I hope you're ready to rise with purpose. As you can tell, I'm awake. I'm pumped. I'm ready. I'm ready. You want to know why I'm ready? Because I've been doing these workouts, man. We've been getting up. What is happening right here?
Get some orange juice in the morning.
Get some orange juice. What is happening? What is happening? Hold on. There we go. There we go. All right. So I've been doing these workouts in the morning. I feel good. I feel real good. I want to tell you right now that does it feel good to work out? Yes. You know, it feels better to make a choice to choose myself. Every morning, instead of letting the world dictate what I'm going to be that day, I wake up and I choose to choose myself. I choose to make a change. I choose to get off my lazy ass and get up and do the work. As long as you sit on your ass, as long as you sit around and tell yourself the excuses, you're never going to reach the result that you want. So what I want to talk to you about today is the language. Language. What is the importance? It's Friday. I know what y'all are thinking. Where's Sabrina? I got you. She's coming. She's coming. I promise. It's Rise Together, but she's getting ready. She got work. She got work. Look. Boom. She's there. Just say hi.
Hi.
See, she's here. She's here. I got you. I got you. But before she gets in today, the thing I want to talk to you about is language. I want to ask you this. What language do you use for yourself? What language do you use when you start your day? What language do you use in order to build yourself up or to tear yourself down? There is a very specific language that we use to survive. The language is the story that we tell ourselves. The language is what the words we use in order to get to our core. Things mean the most to us because of the language that we use. Let me give you an example. Do you, when you go to achieve something, is it something you should do or is it something you must do? Because if you should do it, we all have things that we should do that we don't do. But how many of us have something that we must do that we don't do? Second thing I want you to think about. When you think of you enjoying life, what's the word that you use? Is it happy? Is it active? Is it healthy? Is it engaging? Maybe it's skinny. Maybe it's fat. Whatever the language is that you use, it has direct result on how fast you achieve your goals. Think about what you're saying to yourself. Really think about the message that you're telling yourself about that goal. Think about it. Are you sabotaging yourself because by the time that you're writing out your goal, your own language is getting into the cipher and changing that goal and that destination because you can't even manage to get the right language to achieve making the goal? How many of us, when we start to achieve and dream big things, our language catches up with us? Our language conditions us. Let me give you an example. This is the same language that your parents used when you were a child. Most of the time, we don't learn new language. We repeat the language that we learned from our parents. Let me give you an example. When I was growing up, my dad would always say things like, money doesn't grow on trees. We don't have money for that. We don't have enough for that. So what do you think my language became as I grew up learning his language? Oh, I really want that for myself, but I can't afford it. Man, I really want this for myself. But, money doesn't grow on trees. I know that I can be great one day. I know I can make a difference. One of his favorites, the nail that sticks out always gets hammered. See, it's his language. I struggled for most of my life because I didn't realize the language I was using to build my dreams. I was using his language, but his language was the same language that would tell me things like don't stick out. Don't stand out in a crowd. Don't try and be special. Don't want more than you deserve. And definitely do not dream for things that are beyond your reach because it's going to make you feel like a failure. That's the language that I was raised on. So that's the language that I use when I'm building my own dreams. I cannot express this enough to you. The language that you use creates the physical state that you're in. Let me give you another example. When I say the word ecstasy, pure ecstasy, not the drug, the emotion, the feeling. What do you think of? What's the thought that comes into your head? Ecstasy. That's not happy. Happy, it would be here. Ecstasy is like up here. It's the purest form of feeling it, right? So what's the image that you get in your head when I say ecstasy? Some of us probably think of the drug because we haven't had a fulfilled life enough for us to even begin to use that vocabulary on our own self. But what if you did? What if, let's think about this for a minute. Let's think about, all right, I'm going to get a little into it. So I hope you're paying attention. I want you to think about sex. I want you to think about ecstasy and sex. That moment of pure ecstasy when it floods your whole body. You're warm. You're breathing hard. Woo, I got your attention now, right? Talking about sex in the morning. But I'm saying think about that. Think about how you breathe. Think about the feeling that you have in that moment. Think about, the absolute being caught in the moment. You're not thinking about anything else in that moment, are you? No, you're in pure ecstasy. You're feeling it at the top of the level of feeling something. It's fucking amazing. It's ecstasy. You're flooded with it. Your breathing is heavy. Your head is up. Your shoulders are back, and you're feeling it. And as I'm describing this, I'm hoping that you're feeling it right now because I want you to understand the point that the word ecstasy is having on your state. The thought of a pleasurable state can take you out of depression. Just like the thought of a depressing thought can take you into depression. Let me show you. I'm going to use a word, and it's a word that we all know. It's a word that we all use. And most of us have to live with every day. It's got gravity to it. Poor. Poverty. Hits hard, right? Because most of us live in it. Most of us know what it feels like. Most of us, as soon as we hear that word, it's not just the word. It takes us back to a whole mindset of where we lived at a point in our life. It's not one moment. It's a lifetime that we tie in to one moment. Let me explain this to you. Language has the power to truly make a change. Language has the ability to truly make you step out of yourself and pay attention for a second. Why do you think I use such abrupt language when I'm talking to you guys? Do you think that I like cussing at you? No, it's a strategic intervention. Your mind is on a certain track. And as long as I use the same language in the same tones that people have used with you your whole life, you will not change. You won't even see the sign coming. The change is coming. You won't even attempt to make the change because if I use the same tone and the same tactics that everyone else has used, I'm going to get the same results. So what do? In the moment when I have your attention, what the fuck are you doing with your life? See, that gets your attention. That snaps you out of the story that's in your head. When was the last time someone cussed at you? When was the last time someone pointed at you? What was the last time someone held you accountable? That changes things for you. Not only does it make you pay attention to me, but when I have your attention, I'm not asking for you to pay attention to me. I'm asking you to pay attention to yourself. I'm asking you to hold yourself accountable. And I'm asking you to really dig in and do the fucking work to make your life what it should be, not to just sit on your ass and listen to the excuses of everybody else. Fuck everybody else. You do what you were meant to do. Wake up and fucking grind. Make a difference. See, that language, it gets to you, right? Because it's not what people normally say to you. People are normally so nice. They're like, oh, what are you going to do today? And you can literally say nothing. And they'd be like, cool. Well, I hope you have a good day. No, if they really loved you, they'd be like, you lazy son of a bitch. Get off your fucking ass and go make something out of your life. What the fuck are you doing wasting the existence that God gave you? Your life, your breath. Everything about you is a fucking gift. Why are you sitting here and sitting on your ass waiting for someone else to make the fucking change? See, my language cuts through the bullshit. And that's what I need. I don't need you to like me. I need you to respect me so that you'll listen to me long enough to get the fucking point. I'm not here to be your best fucking friend. I'm here to remind you that greatness is fucking waiting on you, and you are too busy telling yourself the same sad fucking story from yesterday that's keeping you from greatness. Greatness is waiting right now. You know the address, you know how to get there, but you won't get in the fucking car and press go. Why? Because that reasons. Your reasons and that the fear. Fear is fictional. Fictional. Fear is something that you create in a fictional future that has not and may not ever happen. Realize that. Fear is fiction that you create. You create your worst moments in your head and then convince yourself that that is why you shouldn't take the step. I want you to change that language. I want you to make the difference today. I want you to dig in and understand what story you're telling yourself and then use that same language to change that fucking story. Use that same language to dig in and make a fucking difference today. You don't have time to wait. You don't have time to sit back and think that your story is going to change. No, you need to pick up the pen and you need to start writing your story. Because now you're in control of it. Now it is your story and you make the fucking difference. Now God has already got the plan. You are an instrument through which he uses you to reveal himself to the universe. Are you going to deny God that? Are you going to deny God the opportunity to make a change through you? It only happens by action. Massive action. So while you sit there and you tell yourself the story of why you shouldn't do it, I want you to change that story. I want you to change the language to the language that it needs to be for you to go kick ass today. For you to conquer this fucking day. For you to not to just walk in and it was an okay day. No, I want you to lay your head down on that fucking pillow tonight knowing that that day could not have gone any fucking better. And then do it tomorrow. All right, I love you. I'm going to calm it down a little bit. I know I'm a little intense this morning. But because of that, I now bring you the boo-boo. You can sit down. Go ahead and sit down. You're good. You're good. Go on and sit down. All right. Let me make sure that you can see everybody. Oh, you can't. Hold on. There we go.
I was ready to say you can turn it.
Welcome to the show. Here, Jack, you want to get up there? Want to get up there? Come here. Can you get up there? Can you get up there? No? Okay. Jax cannot get up there, but eventually I'll have him in the guest seat so that he can be in the show too. Okay? Yeah? Sound good? All right. So this morning, what we're talking about, Boo-Boo, is language.
Okay.
And how important the language that we use in telling our own story can be to keeping the story going or even going in the right direction. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask you, what is some language that you use now when talking to yourself that you can change in the future?
I'm definitely more positive. That's for sure. I always used to beat myself down and make myself, I would tear myself apart thinking that, that was what I felt like I needed to feel, if that makes sense. Like, if I messed up, I needed to feel bad for it, not that I could just switch it in that moment and be like, no, this is the learning experience. Like, this is going to make me stronger. Like, I would fall into the pit and, and I still do, and I still have weak moments, but I would fall into this pit of just like pity for myself and feel sorry for myself because I felt like I was doing a terrible job and that, I, deserved to feel bad for it. Like, I would mess up. Like, you break a dish, you're like, no, you feel bad, like you messed up. That's a mistake. Not, oh, well, it was just a dish. We can get another one. Yeah, it might have been special, but it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. This is a learning experience. That's kind of how I've switched it. Like, and from being so negative to being more positive.
Now, do you guys catch what the language?
Here, we're gonna.
Do you guys catch the language that she was using there? When she was talking about it, when it got serious about it, the language that she was using was terrible, that she deserved it. I mean, how can you grow from that? Failure, loss, losing, being a loser. You can't grow from that. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You can't grow from that vocabulary. She couldn't grow from that. Neither could I. I was in years of doing that. Years of using the wrong vocabulary. Now you'll notice her whole face changed, her mood changed and everything once she started saying things like lesson. Once she started things like growth, progress. That is a thing that means everything to you. The vocabulary that you use makes the difference between whether or not you believe in the story. If you don't use the right vocabulary, it's not going to feel like your story. You need to learn the right vocabulary to learn the right story. So one of Sabrina's big vocabulary words is lesson. Lesson. She gets caught up in the fact that what she's trying to learn, and it doesn't go the way that she wants it to. So she used to focus on that being a loss, a failure. But then what she started to realize is that every loss, every failure has a lesson. And it only repeats the failure if you don't learn the lesson. See the power in that vocabulary? I just told you the exact same thing, but the vocabulary changed.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible, deserve, failure. It was hope. That if you fail, because you will fail, but when you fail, if you learn the lesson is what's important, not the failure. But if you don't learn the lesson, you're bound to repeat that failure until you learn the lesson. See, now lesson and failure are two completely different ways to look at that situation. Two completely different ways. Are you going to ever look at the failure, the loss in a positive way ever again? When you think of that topic, are you going to think of being positive? No. But if you think of a lesson, if you take the time and think of the lesson that you could have learned, that failure could have saved your life. That failure could have changed your life. And inside every fear that we have, there is a reason for that cave. There is a reason for that dragon. That fear represents something to us that we need to face. And on the other side of that is normally the best reward that you could ever imagine. If there's something that you fear, there's a reason that you're supposed to battle it. There's a reason you're supposed to fight for it, because it's trying to teach you a lesson that you need to learn. Of course, it's scary. We get it. It's scary. But if you don't take the time to learn the lesson, it's going to come back, and it's going to come back again and again and again, like fear does. So when you see that fear, when you feel that fear, know that that is the core of you trying to teach you a lesson. That there is no failure there. There's only progress. And even if you don't win the first time, you're going to be a hell of a lot closer to winning the second time because you learned the lessons from the first time. Yep. Is it sinking in yet?
If you're smart. I wasn't at first.
It's not even about smart. You have to learn this. I'm teaching it to you right now because it's so important, but you have to learn this. If you go into it and you think of it as this grand fear, this thing that you can never attack or beat, you're not going to. However, if you go into it knowing that that fear is just a reflection of you, that you give that fear all of its power, all of its power. And when you defeat it, you will take back all of that power. It's that simple. You're scared of heights, there's a reason. Conquer that fear because you were meant to fly. Ooh. Do you see what I'm saying? How would you ever know if you were meant to fly if you always gave in to the fact that you're scared of heights? Because you would never launch for the first time unless you took the time to conquer your fear of heights. Maybe that fear of heights is telling you you were meant to fly. And you don't know how to read that. You don't know how to take that in. So when the anxiety and the energy of the thought of flying hits you, and it's so amazing, and it's exhilarating, and it lights you up. But it also makes you fucking scared and nervous. Because when you're flying, you could also fall. So how does that come to you in your life? The only way your brain has a way to accept that is that you're scared of heights. You don't want to go up. Sorry, I'm not trying to block her head. You don't want to go up because the fear of coming down the wrong way scares you. But what if you were meant to fly? What if you were meant to get to that peak, to jump the fuck off? And you never even knew you had wings. Because of the fact that you listened to that story, you listened to that language, you never even climbed past the second floor. Because you were like, man, I'm so scared of heights. I'm so petrified of heights. Not realizing that you weren't scared of heights, that those heights were calling you your whole life. But the anxiety that you felt from it, you created fear. But what if you created greatness? What if instead of you looking at that thing that scared you, that gave you that much energy and passion towards it, and what if you weren't scared of heights? What if you were meant to fly? And the moment that you conquer your fear of heights, you realize it wasn't a fear the whole time. You were just ready to spread your wings and you didn't even know you had them. And in that moment, you leap. Leap of faith. And what does the world reward you with from conquering that fear of heights? It catches you. It lifts you. And you, for the first time, begin to take the steps to be the person you were meant to be. To be the person that flies. But society has created a person that is scared of heights. Do you get the message of the language yet? It's the same thing. Same thing. It's all in how you look at it. It's the language that you tell yourself. Are you scared of heights? Or are you ready to fly? Because I guarantee you're ready to fly. Not a single person out there is really scared of heights. They're just scared of what it looks like to be at the top of the world. Because when it's at the top, you think it's going to be lonely. But if you take everybody else with you, it's going to be the best thing that you've ever felt. Because not only you'll fly, you'll teach others how to fly. You'll teach your loved ones the same thing. You'll take them up to those tops. And when they're sitting there and they're looking down and they see everything, every reason why they shouldn't be there, every reason why they shouldn't fly, every reason. I could die. I can't, I've never done it before. What if I can't do it in the moment? What if I go, but I can't stay up there and I get tired? I'll fall. Right? Shit. What if I don't even jump at all? What if I'm just stuck eternally at the top and I never take the leap? All of that is fear and all of that is fiction. The only person that can make that fiction into reality is you. But I guarantee you, when you get to the top, if you truly believe in yourself, you're going to know, you're going to hear that voice that says, I wasn't meant to stand here and be scared. I was meant to be here for a reason, and that reason is I was meant to fly. Don't let fear clip your wings. Real talk.
Real talk.
All right, but so what do you want to talk about them today? You got anything you want to share with them? What are you doing today?
Working.
Working?
I have to go to work today.
She does have to go to work today.
Yeah.
But you know what? Yesterday was a real big day for us. Boo Boo got a package in the mail. We're not going to talk about it yet. But it's some big news. If you were on the call last night, you already know. Big news! And it's the news that you all want to know. It is the news. It is the question that you all ask. So if you ask the question, which I know you have, the answer is winter is coming. All right. Well, we can't be in here too long. I wanted to just basically pop on and hit you guys with that. That was a powerful message this morning. Powerful. I didn't wake up with that. You know, God gives that to me in the moment because that's meant for somebody else. I kid you not. I probably won't even remember it. As powerful as the message as it was meant for one of you.
Yep.
And I've clearly learned it. It's a great way to put it, but it was meant for one of you. So whoever it is out there, you in the back, louder for the ones in the back. I believe in you. Don't fucking wait. Get off your ass and go choose to change. Because as long as you sit on your ass and you listen to the excuses, don't stop thinking that you're afraid of heights. Remember, you were meant to fly. All right. Do you want to say anything? Want to give them some parting news? Shoot them with a smile, a high five, any good thing?
No, I just hope you guys have a great Friday. I got up this morning and taught a 7 a.m. class online. I know some people were on there this morning. It was fun to try to dance and do this. It's already hard enough to sit here and talk to you guys and do this, but then try to dance, stay hydrated, keep myself on point, plus talk to people. It was a lot of fun. But I did that this morning and everything will be posted on YouTube. So for people who didn't get to come and see me try to sweat, show you the steps, play the music, talk to you guys, I put all of that on YouTube and stuff like that. So
go ahead and hit that YouTube shout out. What's the YouTube?
Sabrina.edition540.
Did you hear that? You better listen up. Sabrina.edition.
No.
540.
He never gets it right.
I never get it right. That's why I always let her say it first. Because I'm always worried I'm going to fuck it up. So Sabrina.edition540. Go look it up on YouTube, people. Learn how to shake that booty. You don't like that booty? You don't like how it looks in the mirror? Shake that shit. Shake it.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to shake that shit. You got to.
But it's not only just It's not only just dancing and shaking your booty, it's working out and stuff too.
Listen, it's about having fun.
Very true.
At the end of the day, you hate working out. I hate working out. She loves that shit.
I don't love that shit.
She does love that shit. She's tired afterwards, but she loves it in the moment. And you'll love it
My
too.
hip hurts this morning. I'm getting
Listen.
old.
Oh, we ain't listening to that. We ain't listening to that. That's negativity. She ain't
I
old.
like
She
that you
ain't
put
old.
the hand up and it covers me.
We're just going to block that out this morning. No negativity. Bam! Let's knock that negativity right out of there. She ain't tired. She ain't tired. We know what that is, don't we, family? That's fucking growing pains. Because that's what we do around here. We getting strong. Look, strong. You see that? Every day. 7 a.m. What the fuck did you do with your morning? All right. We got to go. I love you. I hope you had fun. Bina, say hi. Now say bye. Now say bye. There you go.
Bye.
Okay, see? Hi, bye. Look, you want to see something funny? I wonder if I can do it. Ooh, hold on. Oh. Okay. I love you. I hope you have a great day. I want you to remember the language that you use determines your focus. It determines your state. So don't just be happy. Live in ecstasy. And not that sexual, try and find ecstasy outside that to where you can enjoy yourself and not too much. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. I love you. Stay tuned. Pay attention. This is what we do. Growth Daily. And I started too early.